What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we got some Madden 98, man. And this game right here was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. Now, you got exhibition season, custom season, tournament, and all that good stuff. The custom season is actually pretty dope. If you want to change the whole conference, the whole division, you can do that. So NFC East have all the Cowboys. Have all the Cowboys that won the Super Bowl, plus the modern day Cowboys in one division. And you could change it up. You could throw the Patriots in there and throw a different team in the AFC East if you wanted to. You could have the Jets, the Giants, whatever you want to do. You could have them in the same division or the same conference. Can have all the Super Bowl winners from the Skins of 91, the Giants of 86, and then the Eagles who lost to the Raiders. But, you know, still kind of a Super Bowl team. NFC West, why not go with the only team that matters? The 49ers. 49ers from 94, 89, 84, 81, and then, of course, the modern day 49ers for this game, which had Jay Rice, Terrell Owens. So this game was pretty solid as far as the custom season was concerned. Now, the season mode is actually your franchise mode, but the franchise mode, it's like a franchise, but it's not exactly like a franchise. So if you didn't notice, we did not select a team. So that's different. You can play as any team as you want any week. You can play all the games if you want to. Select them all if you want to and have a ball. So it's a little bit weird there. When it comes to releasing people, signing people, you can do that. There was a draft that I could do, but I'm not talking about fantasy draft, but it said import draft file here, and that was a little bit weird because I didn't know what the heck they were talking about. It was the middle of the season. I don't know how you're going to do a draft. But then when it's the season opener, you get this nice graphic, and then the homeboy JB comes on the screen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new season of exciting NFL football. I'm James Brown. With an unprecedented number of free agent signings and coaching changes in the offseason, there's no clear frontrunner in the NFL this year. With the Super Bowl up for grabs, this should be one of the most competitive and unpredictable seasons in NFL history.
John, you saw the Cowboys practice. How do you feel about them today?
Pat, this team is solid at every position. When you look around, you see an all-pro at almost every spot. Then you really feel confident. And I'll tell you what, these guys deserve to feel that way.
So JB's part is 100% generic. He says that every time you start the season. John Madden's part was also generic. He did not mention the Cowboys by name, but it did fit who the Cowboys are. They got Dion, they got Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Smith. They got a good O-line. They have all pros literally everywhere. Now, we come out here, we throw a pick on our first drive. We come back in the second drive, we throw another pick, and the Steelers are up by 3 to end the first half, and this is what John has to say.
Turnovers are playing the biggest role in this game. When you turn the ball over, it's just a free chance to score for the other team. That's what's been happening.
So it's quick, it's solid, it's to the point. Is it generic? Yes. Did he mention the Cowboys by name? No, but it did fit what happened in that first half. Yancey Thigpen, Madden 98, showing off the toe drag swag. Again, pretty solid looking right there. And then when it comes to injuries, nobody likes them, but they're part of the game. They're part of every sport. They're more so in football than any other sport. So the fact that you have the cart come out on the field, this should still be in the game because most people that watch football play games like Call of Duty and GTA, and there's a bunch of violence in there, and I don't think people are going to stop watching football or playing football because of the risk of injuries. Now you have the measuring stick come out, and they had this, I believe, in Madden 10 and 11. It was generic because you could tell if you're going to get the first down by the angle of the camera angle. Here, it's not that way, even though in the booth, Pat Summerall kind of spoiled it for you because he would say, looks kind of short, and more times than not, they will be short. Now, if you look at the top corner of your screen, you're going to see the top right corner. The ref throws the flag right there. There's an actual flag being thrown, and I heard there's no refs in Madden 23. But there's refs and flags. You look at the replay, you can see him throw his arm up in the air. There's no flag going along with it. It's the replay. It's 1997. The technology is a little bit older, okay? But you could clearly see the ref throw his arm up in the air to indicate that he was throwing his flag. So this is still week number 1. JB says the same thing. Let's see what John Madden has to say.
John, what can we expect from the Oilers today?
They have to win with their running game. Now, they've done that in the past, and it should carry them in this game as well. They have to play ball control football.
So whatever team you play as, that's the team they're going to talk about. What he said makes sense. Eddie George is a young running back for the Oilers, but I wish they would have talked about the first game the Oilers were playing in Tennessee. This was it. I thought that would have been a better way to go. Let's see what he says about the Raiders in week 2.
John, what can we look for from the Raiders today?
Well, you know what they're going to do. They're going to come out passing, and they're going to pass to the right, they're going to pass to the left, they're going to pass over the middle. Now, no one has proven that they can stop them. So until someone comes up with a defense to contain their passing game, they're going to keep right on doing it.
So again, it's pretty generic, but at the end of the day, it is team specific without even mentioning the team. Pat Summerall, he would just go through the whole list of teams. What do you think the Ravens will do? What do you think the Eagles will do? And he'll just say, I think they, instead of saying the Ravens, Steelers, whoever, right? Now, when it came to simulating, it took about 3 seconds to simulate a whole week, which is fantastic for an older game. When it came to player awards, they had the weekly awards, but no MVP, no Offensive Player of the Year, no Rookie of the Year, no anything like that, which is a little bit of a downer. I would like him to talk about the Raiders-Chiefs rivalry a little bit more, but I guess that's nitpicking. So now it's the playoffs, and let's see what they say about this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NFL playoffs. I'm James Brown. The wild card round always features some great matchups as well as a surprise or two. It's a whole new season now, so get ready for exciting, high-energy football.
John, how do you feel about the 49ers today?
Well, Pat, they're coming into the playoffs as the winners of their division, so they're already feeling pretty good about that. But at this point, it's a whole new season, and you can't rest on your laurels.
So when it comes to the playoffs, I find it to be more generic. He kind of says the same thing for every matchup. It's less personable. Like if you remember the Dallas Cowboys, all pros all over the place. The Oilers, they should run the football. The Raiders, they like to open it up. Those are all specific things that those teams did like to do, even though it was delivered in a generic way. In the postseason, it got more generic, which again is 1997, 1998. Not the biggest deal in the world. This was kind of fresh. I kind of liked it. But just to give my own little review, it did get a little bit generic. Now here you have a rematch of last year's AFC title game, the Jaguars and the Patriots. Let's see what they say.
Pat, it's tough to make predictions at this point. This is a big game for everyone. Players spend their whole lives dreaming about playing in the Super Bowl, and this game will decide if they're going to do it. And that is what's on everybody's mind.
Now, John Madden loves the Packers, and the Packers have made it to 3 straight NFC Championship games if you include what happens here, and they won the Super Bowl last year, so let's see what he says about their chances making it back to the Super Bowl here versus the Cowboys.
Pat, it's tough to make predictions at this point. This is a big game for everyone. Players spend their whole lives dreaming about playing in the Super Bowl, and this game will decide if they're going to do it. And that is what's on everybody's mind.
So again, it was the exact same thing for the AFC squad. AFC Championship game, he said the same thing. NFC Championship game, he said the same thing. So now we do have the Packers and the Jaguars. The Packers are making it back to the Super Bowl for the 2nd straight year, and the Jaguars are going for the first time in their history. JB, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to beautiful San Diego and Super Bowl 32. Today, the best teams in the NFL will do battle in front of an audience of millions of people for the coveted title of world champion. We've had an exciting week of preparations, but it all comes down to the next 60 minutes of football. Right now, let's take you out to Pat Summerall and John Madden, who will call today's game.
John, how do you feel about the Jaguars today?
Well, Pat, they're fired up. Their opponents are fired up. They're getting ready to play in front of millions and millions of people. It is the greatest feeling in the world. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. Because if you win this one, if you win the Super Bowl, they can never take it away from you.
So again, not bad, but again, not really specific. And it doesn't really mention about how the Packers won the Super Bowl last year versus the Patriots. They're back again for the 2nd time in a row. The Jaguars made it for the first time. Doesn't mention that. Now, at the end of the first half, you'll typically just get a regular halftime show, and you still do, but at least in the Super Bowl, you do get JB coming onto the screen, and he's going to introduce. Let's go to the halftime show. I was actually expecting there to be some type of halftime show, but it's just a halftime report, and you're going to see in a second why I thought that, because at the end of the Super Bowl, you do get a little bit of a show. But all JB is doing here is introducing the stats that you can look at, just like you would do at the end of the first half in any game you play in the game of Madden. So now the game is over, and I think this right here would have been perfect for the halftime show if you wanted to see some type of halftime show. I've, for the last 20-something years, have never really watched the halftime show anymore. I just want to see the game. That's me. Anyways, you cannot see who won the Super Bowl based on this. Is it the Packers? Is it the Jaguars? The cheerleaders are wearing red, white, and blue. You can't tell who won based on this right here. It was the Jaguars. There's not a Jaguar player, not the Jaguar logo. There's nothing. It's just a trophy, cheerleaders, whole bunch of fireworks, lasers being pointed, cameras flashing. Is this solid? This is solid for 1997, 1998. Could have been better. I think it could have been a little bit better. And then you get the shameless Tiburon plug. That's who made this game. We are the best, no one else. So the season is now over. And in the NFL, what do you do when the season's over? Free agency starts, the NFL draft, the combine, trades, all this stuff. And Madden 98, you get to restart with a new schedule. Okay, is that great? No, it's not great. Is it 100% bad? No, it's not bad. Actually, playing a new schedule sounds kind of appealing, except for the fact that it's not a 100% new schedule. They just mix up the order. You see, in 1997, the Niners started off the season in Tampa Bay. Jay Rice tears his ACL. He tries to come back, believe it or not, versus the Broncos a little bit later. So that means that the Niners are playing the AFC West that season, right? And here you can clearly see that we are playing the AFC West again. After this season, they will kick off the new year. Jay Rice is back and healthy versus those Jets. Jets, Jets. Garrison Hurst will have that crazy 96-yard touchdown in overtime. That was the first game. I was not expecting to see that per se, but I was expecting to see AFC East teams and not AFC West teams on the schedule. And clearly we see the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders in the first 8 games. So anyways, that is going to do it. I love me some Madden 98. It was ahead of its time. Could have been better. Sure, why not? But hey, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope the rest of the day is the best of your day. Peace, love. Hustles.